Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Your Shit podcast.
This is your host, Melody.
And this is your host, Sabrina.
And now it's time to talk our shit.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
So, today's episode is going to be...
What happened?
If you know me, you know why. I'll always spend in a minute. But so, today we're going to be talking about the sex work industry. Okay? I make faces because I have to say an announcement. If you know me, you know that this is something for me that's hard to talk about because not so long ago, I could not say the word sex. Okay? I was very prude. I am talking about that type of stuff.
She's still.
I am still prude, guys. I'm sorry. Like I just want you to know right now from the get-go, which is why I do all of these faces. Maybe for some of you it's immature, but I have to tell you, it's just the way. Like I come from a Spanish household. It's not I never had the sex talk. Okay, that was never talked to me about. It's not ever something we talk about. I can't even talk about boys. You know what I mean? So obviously it's something that I'm. But now, I'm a woman, I'm a grown-ass woman, and we can talk about it, but just, if I make little faces, don't take it personal, it's just, okay? But we wanted to do it because it's something that's important, it's out there, and let's talk about it. So, what we're going to be talking about in the sex work industry, obviously, what does that entail? Well, a sex worker is going to be exchanging, any type of sexual,
Or sensual.
I would say... services, in exchange of money or goods. It could be, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not a professional either, but it is what it is. So let's start by saying obviously what we think of that. Do you want to start? What we think of that? Okay, go ahead.
So I don't have anything, I'm not against it. Honestly, I don't care. Okay, I'm not gonna be the girl that's gonna do it, but if you're, a sex worker, if you're doing if you're a stripper, if you're having an OnlyFans, if you're a porn star.
To say what it includes.
Yeah.
Strippers, OnlyFans, if you do
all of this.
Videos.
If you're doing porn, if you're doing what is it an
escort?
It's escort, I guess, yeah. If you're an escort or all that stuff, I don't care. Okay, I really don't care. I feel like if you want to do it, it's just good for you, as long as it's your decision to do it. You know what I mean? Because there's some situation where it's not really your decision. You've been manipulated because it's your pimp, but it's your boyfriend, but it's not really your boyfriend, and he really doesn't care about you.
There's all your money.
There's a situation like that. If it's your decision 100% and you want to do it because you feel like it's gonna benefit your situation right now, maybe you're in a situation where you feel the need to do it and you don't mind doing it, and it's your decision, good for you. Do you, and it's perfect like that. The only thing is, I feel like for me, I wouldn't want to do it my whole life. I feel like if you're doing it right now, it's because of something, and just might as well just be smart with it. You know what I mean? I've known a lot of people that were strippers before, or I had OnlyFans, and they were smart with it, and they now took that money, they made a lot of money, shit ton of money, and then they use that money to start a business or make that money and start something else, and now they're living their best life, and they're living in a penthouse, and living just, they have that lifestyle because of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like sometimes a lot of people are hating on girls that are starting an OnlyFans, that are strippers, and she did that, but she has all of that money, but it's because she did that, but we're not hating.
There's a demand. There's a demand.
But there's people are not hating on the boys that are selling drugs, and on boys that are pimps, and on boys that are doing this
that purchase, that pay the OnlyFans subscription.
But there was guys that are doing not so, it's like when a guy is selling drugs and now he's making a shit ton of money, and now he's investing that money to start a business or doing XYZ, they call that guy smart.
But not only just that. It's not only just that, but just because you're talking about drugs and stuff, but just in the sex work, when a guy is a stripper and a woman is a stripper, why do we think a guy is cool, and with a woman she's a hoe? And then, let's take all of the rest that guys could be doing. Why? Because I personally know guys who are strippers. Nobody judges them. Nobody says anything. But a girl is a stripper.
Nobody.
It's always like that. Let's not even get in there because I'll get mad. I'll get pissed off.
But I feel that that's my opinion. So I just don't care whether you're a guy, a girl, I don't care, but just please be smart with it. Like, I don't think you want to do that your whole life. Maybe, but I don't feel like, it's like, I don't think so. So, like, just be smart with the money that you're making. Don't spend all of your penny just because, like, just be smart with the money that you're making. And, like, if you're a guy right now with a girl and you're calling another girl hoe because she's doing that, don't do that. Because a guy, when he's doing XYZ, you call it smart because he's doing that and it's just making his cash. Well, it's the same thing for the girl. That's just the way she's making her money right now. And so what? You know what I mean?
Personally, I'm nobody to judge anybody's hustle. Like, who would I be to say, like, oh, you should be doing that, you shouldn't be doing that? If you ask me, would I ever do it? Hell no. It's just not the way that I am. Not because I'm better than anybody. It's just not who I am. It's just not. I'm a prude. It would stress me out. I'm scared. I'm shy. It can't work. It's not me. Honestly, it just could never ever be me. But I've known so many people and I'm nobody to judge, and I've met so many people that use that as a way to be able to get their money because it's something that they were personally comfortable doing, to put themselves out there and do it. Because in this case, I've met both sides. I've met sides where they're really happy doing it. Women are happy doing it. They know where they're doing it. They know them right. It's not because necessarily they like it, but maybe more so because they're okay with it and they want a lot of cash because they want to start their lash business. They want to start their beauty salon. They want to buy their condo. They want to buy their car. A lot of them, are going to pay for surgeries and stuff like that. I've seen it a lot of times. For that, I think it's smart, but I've also seen the side where, they're not happy. They fall in love with somebody and then they get, influence, and that I'm not okay with. I'm not okay, but in this case, I think it's guys taking advantage of girls, but then girls also putting themselves in situations where you're being vulnerable again. It depends the situation, because I'm also like, I'll look for who's the right or wrong, and it depends, because sometimes it's on the guys, it's the girls, and sometimes it's on the girls. You know what I mean? It can go both ways. But like for something, I think sometimes it's kind of smart, and in my son, a little fucking rude what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna get so much hate for that, but I'm gonna say it. They said in life, what you have to do is find something that you like doing and monetize it. But might as well, I'm sorry, but if you're going to be doing that and you can get paid for it and you're okay, I'm not okay with it, so I'm not gonna do it. But if you're okay with it, might as well turn it into a fucking business, which is why I think OnlyFans is the smartest thing ever. Because some girls be posting naked pictures for free, that's $3.99, and other girls are making $100,000 posting the same pic
on OnlyFans. Yeah, that's so true, actually.
So let me, maybe, I know it's unpopular opinion, you might judge me. I don't care what you say, because I'm like, it's fucking smart. They turn what they like into a business. And guess what? There's a demand, because there's always going to be guys or girls wanting that type of services. So it's smart. Would I do it? No. Would I want my daughter to do it? No, because that's just not only the way I was raised, guys. Obviously, I'm sure that in some household it's way more comfortable. But I don't know how to say that in English, but vivre et laisser vivre. I honestly don't care. And if you would tell me you do that, I would never judge you. I would never judge you. I would, obviously, though I'm a little brute, I would still want to ask you why you're doing it. And if you tell me because you have a plan after, then freaking go for it if you're comfortable. That's not something I'm comfortable. I chose network marketing and you chose the sex work. Who cares? You know what I mean? But I have to say my opinion, and I don't think I should be muted, and I don't think that I should feel ashamed from thinking that. I think it's actually smart. You found something you like doing, because I've met some girls, they like doing the did. They like getting down. So they, got paid for it. And it's fucking smart, because they're okay with it. I could never, just thinking about it, I'm like, anxiety, that's me though. That's me from the way I was raised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
we're all different, and if you're okay with it, I feel like both of our point right now is just, if you're okay with it and you want to do it because you have goals and plans with the money that you're gonna earn, well, do it.
Yeah.
As long as you're okay with it.
Yeah, you have to be with it. I feel like, because I've heard a lot of people like, I've watched testimonials of people sharing it, and it's like it takes a certain type of mindset to be in the sex work industry, because unfortunately, as much as sometimes it can be a fun experience, fun depending on what you enjoy, but sometimes you can find some crazy people at the strip clubs or whatever. I've heard some horror stories, so I think you have to kind of be ready for that and just understand the risk that you're taking by putting yourself in environments like that, just like any other environments. Like, for example, when I used to be a bottle girl, I was working at the club. What can you expect from working at the club? I had to be aware of the risk that I was putting myself into by exposing myself into a club. So it's the same type of mindset. Like, I knew that sometimes, because guys, it happened while I was working, some people started throwing bottles at each other. You know what I mean? And that's just something. Did I sign up for that? No, but it still happened. But I was aware that in a nightclub, it's not that people don't go to church. Like, it's not church. It's a club. Same things for a strip club. Same thing if somebody's asking for escort services. Like, you just have to be, I think, just aware of what you're getting yourself into and maybe have a plan. Other than that, if you're comfortable doing that, it's on you. Like, I'm nobody to judge somebody's hustle. And now I have a question. Do you consider sex work as work? Like, do you consider it as a job?
I do. I feel like it's, I feel, the thing is, I consider sex work as a job, but not for, I feel like it's like not a long-term job, if I could say. You know what I mean? I feel like it, because.
So you don't think it's a career?
Well, because I have a hard time like imagining myself like wanting to do that long term and for all my life until you know.
But that's for you. But like for people, for example, that enjoy, do you consider that as as a career?
I guess I feel like because if you enjoy it and you want to do it for the rest of your life, I guess. But I feel like it's in the same category as like, you know, I have a hard time imagining that somebody would want to work to McDonald's all of her life. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a job. Working at McDonald's, it's a job, but do you really want to do that for the rest of your life? I don't know. So I feel like it's the same thing for the sex work industry. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I might get hate for that. I don't know. Because I'm not, again, a pro in that, you know, in industry. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I feel like for me, when I think about it, it's like, do you really want to do that for the rest of your life? I have a hard time, you know, just putting myself into that. But like, again, if you feel like I'm wrong, just come and tell me. I'm open and I want to know. You know what I mean?
That was my fault. Yeah. I forgot to put it on D&D. Okay, I see. Well, I think it's a job too, and legally in Canada, it is considered a job. You know, it is legally a job. I do consider it as well, and a career. Like, I don't know. Like, you decide. Like, do you want to make it your career? Yeah, good for you. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
You don't want a career? Cheers. Cheers.
You're supposed to drink after a cheer.
I'm catching up. But like, for example, nowadays, it's changed. I feel like it changed so much. Like, sex work used to be way more taboo, way more like, ooh, and like now I feel like it's way more, everybody's on OnlyFans, everybody's doing it, and from the money they're making, do you really think they want to go out there and do something else? I don't think so. I really don't. Some maybe won't, like, obviously, because everybody now wants to get in real estate, and that's like a trend.
They want to do something that is smart, but they don't want to go back to a 9 to 5.
They won't, exactly. Like, why would you go if you can generate $100,000 by posting a cute pic that you would already do on Instagram, but now you're smart enough to monetize it?
But I feel like
I just think it's smart. OnlyFans is smart.
Yeah, I feel like OnlyFans is smart, and you could.
It's not for me, but it's smart.
No, but I feel like this OnlyFans, maybe it's easier for you to do it for the rest of your life. But for example, being an escort or being a stripper, that's when I'm like, do you really want to do it for the rest of your life? Do you like? I feel like anybody would rather just be smart with their money, invest that money, and then you have passive income, and then you can just live your life and do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
think it also depends where you do it. Like, I think like, if for example Montreal, like I've been to a couple of strip clubs, it sucks. Strip clubs over here, they suck. Like, I'm sure they don't make money, but in the States though, when we went to Miami, they be making some money. So I hope that they have a plan. Like, honestly, guys, I'm like, well, as much as I'm a prude, I'm also very open-minded, and I really like, I'm open, and like, I don't care, and I accept everybody, because I think like it's such a beautiful thing that we can be so diverse and do different things, and I'm happy to know that we're in a society where we allow everybody to be them and do them. You know what I mean? Like, just as much as I wouldn't want you guys to judge me for what I do, I wouldn't judge you for what you do. You understand that, right? Because you know what I mean? But I would say, because I've met a lot of people from the sex work industry, sometimes without knowing, like, I've been friends with people that didn't tell me. They told me after a long while, because I used to be a little bit more judgmental towards it, because I was immature, I was younger, and it was something that was so weird to me, because I was never... It was something very out of what I was raised into and used to. So I used to be way more vocal, in the sense that I would never, for example, be an escort. Ever. So I used to be very vocal. It's not if you do it, that's you. Like, you take care of your body, you do if you're comfortable. But I used to be way more vocal. So I remember having friends that they didn't tell me about that. And they ended up telling me, and I was like, oh, and from what I've heard and all that stuff, like, all I have to say, just please, I hope you're the one in control. of that situation and just have another plan, because you can make so much money and do a lot with that money after. Just don't let it go to waste, because you know when you're putting at risk doing that type of work. But is it work? Yes. Am I anti-sex work? No.
Because at the end of the day, like now we're talking about it because that's the topic of today, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
You know what I mean? We're just talking about it because it's the topic and it's our opinion. But if it doesn't affect me, if you're not in my life, if it's not, I don't really care. I don't care.
Yeah.
You do you, I do me, and we're happy, both of us.
And we love you the way you are. Cheers to that. So that's pretty much it. We were just, honestly, guys, like, I wanted to talk about it because it's so out of my comfort zone, because obviously it's not the type of topic I talk about.
That's true.
Like, not at all, but it is something that's out there. We want to talk about it because they have the right to be heard. Mm-hmm. And I do think it's a job, and I do think that these people, they're still people. They have feelings. They have a life. They matter. Don't look down on them, because you never know what type of situation they could be in for them to be wanting to do jobs like that. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's not even the situation. They just want to work like in there because, like I said, they're monetizing something that they enjoy doing or that they're okay doing. So anyways, let us know what you think about the sex work industry. If you think it's a job, do you think it's a work? Would you ever do it? Is that something that you ever did in the past? Let us know what you think. Again, guys, we love everybody, celebrate everybody, and accept everybody. We would never judge you for what you do. We're just here to listen to you with open arms. So thank you so much for tuning in again for another episode of the Talking Shit Podcast, and we'll see you guys on our next episode.
Bye, guys.